Hi there, everybody. Good Sunday evening. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Keith Gibson. I hope you have had a great weekend. We'll get into our weather discussion shortly. We'll allow a couple of folks to gather up on the stream here. Hopefully you had a great Saturday and Sunday. And let's see, let me know if you can't hear me for some reason here. Let me make sure you got my audio going. Let's see, you got to turn the master up. All right, let's get into our little weather discussion here this evening, and hopefully you're doing well tonight. All right, just bear with me here. I'm trying to make sure everything is good to go here. And on my end, it looks like things are good to go. Let me get into our discussion here and let's see what we're going. There we go. All right, so it is 8:23 here on our Sunday evening, and we have a weather maker coming our way, and this is going to be slipping through the region as we go throughout the course of the next 24 hours here. All right, here. Just making sure that we have everything functioning. For some reason, what I'm seeing on my end is frozen, so I just want to make sure we're good to go. All right. Everything seems to be good here. All right. So let's continue with our little weather discussion here. And let me pop myself up here. Okay, it is working. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Just want to make sure if we were good to go here. All right, now we are. So we have a little weather maker coming our way. This is actually going to be a potent little area of low pressure that will be pushing a cold front through our region late tonight and tomorrow. This is really going to help to stir up the wind as we go throughout the course of the night. And by late tonight and really tomorrow, it is going to be quite gusty around here. Case in point, our forecast winds for tomorrow, we're thinking sustained about 15 to 25, and there's likely going to be some wind gusts that could be 30 to 40, if not a little bit higher here. And it's just going to be gusty all day long. It will be a little bit brighter overall, especially during the course of the afternoon. A little bit cloudier during the first part of the day. The clouds could linger a little bit longer across the North and Door County, but by and large, we should see some brighter skies. It's just going to be windy, so hold on to your hats. Make sure your chairs and your trash cans, if you have them out tomorrow, don't get blown away because we're going to have some gusty wind. This is 6 a.m. A look at predictor here. Wind's already picking on up, and by late morning, really gusty, 30 to 40, if not a little bit higher here. Gusty all afternoon long. As we head into the early evening at 6 o'clock after sunset, the winds will start to ease just a little bit. But it's probably going to take a good while going into Tuesday or Monday night and early Tuesday morning to really see things simmer on down. And as we get into our 6 a.m. time frame Tuesday morning, the commute, it's going to be quite chilly with lighter wind. Now, this is unfortunately the anniversary of the night that the Edmund Fitzgerald sunk on Lake Superior back in 1975 with very strong wind, a big fall storm. And we ironically have gale warnings and storm warnings for Lake Superior, northern Lake Michigan, and parts of Lake Huron through Monday. So this is that time of year where we start to see a lot of wind energy move through the Great Lakes, really producing some significant weather. And there could actually be some 10-foot waves where you see the purple up there in Lake Superior over the next 24 hours here. So it's going to be quite windy on land and on the water over the next day and a half. Now, as far as additional rainfall, there may be a few lingering showers later on tonight with the actual cold front as it moves through, but the heavier rain that we had earlier on our Sunday is gone. We have another rain chance late Wednesday and early Thursday, and then we may have a few showers by the end of next weekend. That's still pretty iffy, but at least a couple of opportunities for a little bit of wet weather. I want to recap the rain that we had today since midnight on this Sunday, anywhere from about 1/3 of an inch to just barely a trace. A lot of this fell in the Fox Valley over towards the lakeshore and south. So we ended up with about what we expected out of this event. And we'll take the rain because it has been pretty dry as we've gone throughout the course of the fall. That rain is now done. I've thrown on our nighttime satellite, and what this does is color any low cloudiness in that bluer shade, and where you see the darker shades, especially that gray, that's where we have some clear skies. So we have a mix of clearing and some clouds across the region right now. And it's a pretty quiet night, wind not too terribly strong. We'll zoom out and I'll show you the cold front that will move through tonight. That is this one right here. So this moves through late tonight. And then this other cold front back in the Pacific, this will come in late Wednesday and Thursday. So those are the two weather makers that will be following this week. I do want to mention real quick that we had tons and tons of snow out in Colorado and New Mexico over the last couple of days. Denver got about 20 inches of snow. Actually, that was the final total, 20 inches at Denver International Airport. Some spots out there had 2 to 3 feet, if not more, across the plains and the higher terrain of the Rockies. All of this white you see here, this was spotted from outer space today. This is that fresh snowpack. Really interesting to see here. Northeast of Denver, you had some spots have a couple of feet and then very little to no snow. So very fine gradient. Anyway, just a little item of note I want to throw into our little discussion tonight. Now tomorrow, we will have highs in the 40s. I think the warmest part of the day is actually going to be right during the morning commute. We could be in the upper 40s, and then we'll hold steady or slowly fall, it looks like, as that cold air blasts on in. And it's going to be gusty, chilly, but hey, at least we're expecting a little bit more sunshine as the day goes on. First Alert Pinpoint Predictor doing a decent job here. We showed you where we do have pockets of clearing, also some low clouds across the region right now. This is later on tonight and 6 a.m. in the morning. There could be a few spotty showers around as the cold front moves through. We'll wake up to likely a lot of cloud cover here, perhaps a few breaks. It's going to be gusty. And going into the afternoon hours, notice how the clouds hold tough a little bit longer across the north, the UP, maybe parts of Door County right here. But we'll have some clearing farther south and west. So things should be, as a whole, brighter on our Sunday, or on our Monday rather, versus our Sunday. And then high pressure is going to come in, work its magic, and give us lighter wind tomorrow night and Tuesday morning, and a lot of sunshine going into our Tuesday. So can't really ask for anything better there on Tuesday with the lighter wind and the sunshine. It should be really, really good here as we get into the second day of this work week. Now, predictor, farther on down the line here, I want to show you the second system that's going to be coming our way. This would be late Wednesday and Thursday. So this may have been pushed back just a little bit, but we do have signs that there will be some showers moving in. This is 4 o'clock on Wednesday. Still thinking that we may be dry for the daylight hours Wednesday, but Wednesday night and early Thursday morning, likely some showers around. The extent of the accumulation is still a little bit in doubt, but we are expecting some breezes, some clouds, and some showers here midweek. This is the European run, a predictor for that second system, putting out very little to maybe 1/10 of an inch. And then this is the American GFS model. Same time frame, Wednesday into Thursday, but this is a little bit more aggressive with about 1/4 of an inch to over 1/2 inch, depending on how things go. So there's still some, things that we have to fine tune here, but I think we'll be probably somewhere in between those extremes right there, but time will tell. But we have another round of rain coming for the middle of the week. These are the highs for today. Let's talk about temperatures real quick here, and you're probably wondering what's up with the relatively warm air. These are the highs of record for today. We topped out at 53 in Green Bay, 54 in Wapaka. Keep in mind the average is 46, and we did have some 40s across in Northwoods. I've been crunching some numbers here tonight, and through yesterday in Green Bay, we are now tied for the 8th warmest start to any November on record with an average temperature of 49.1 degrees. You take all the highs and lows, average them out, that's what you get. And 5 of the 10 warmest starts to November have come since 2015. So just want to let you know over the last 10 years we've had some pretty warm starts to the month of November. Now, as far as where we are headed, the average is 46. That will continue to drop, but the average highs, or the actual forecast highs, will be trending above that average line every day over the next 7 days, even though we are going to be a little bit cooler Monday and Tuesday, a little bit breezy there too. By next weekend, we should be well into the low to mid 50s once again as we get deeper and deeper into November. Now that cold air, this is where it's at. These are the current numbers as of 8:32 Central Time. It is 1 degree below zero in Fairbanks, Alaska. We have sub-zero temperatures over in Siberia. It is very, very cold up here near the North Pole, Alaska, northern Canada, Russia. And the cold air has been bottled up there for the longest time. And for the most part, the serious cold is going to stay bottled up at least for the next 10 days up in here, up in Canada and Alaska. Some of this is actually going to try to come down into the western part of the country. So it looks like the Rocky Mountains, the western third of the United States, could be trending below average as we get into the next 10 days for the most part. But us here in the Great Lakes, we will be relatively mild considering the time of year, as this pattern isn't showing signs of breaking down just yet. But we are getting a little bit cooler. We're not talking about 70s or 80s anymore, but we're still talking about some above average temperatures in the 50s here. Now these are the current numbers as of 8 o'clock, mid to upper 40s, still 50 in Wapaka and Sheboygan. I don't really expect too much in the way of temperature fall as we go throughout the course of the night. So most of us will probably bottom out somewhere in the mid 40s tonight, and we'll hold on to a lot of cloud cover, some breaks in there too. Now very late tonight there will likely be some 30s trying to develop across northern Wisconsin as that cold air rushes in. Wind isn't too terribly bad tonight. But that will be changing very late tonight too. So our forecast lows not too much different than where we are right now, which means we'll have a relatively mild start to our Monday. But I just want to let you know that we're forecasting some upper 40s, but those upper 40s could be during the first part of the day. So just don't expect those upper 40s to near 50-degree temperatures in the afternoon. I think we'll have cooler air as time goes on tomorrow with that cold air coming on in, but we'll just have to see how things shake out here. But 40s and winds could be 30 to 40 plus as far as the gusts, so it's going to definitely have a fall chill in the air all day long tomorrow. That's the way it's going to be. And let's go ahead and pop up our Super 7-Day here full screen and let you know what's going on here for the next week. Monday, of course, Veterans Day, windy, cool. And then as high pressure comes in tomorrow night and Tuesday morning, check this out. Tuesday morning, it's actually going to be one of the colder mornings we've had in quite some time. Low 20s back to the northwest, low 30s along the lakeshore, around 30, upper 20s, low 30s, Fox Valley, Green Bay. So it's going to be chilly here with high pressure and light wind and very dry air in place Tuesday morning. But by the afternoon Tuesday, pushing back into the upper 40s with mostly sunny conditions. 50 or so Wednesday, Thursday as the next system comes on in. I think it's going to be a little bit breezy again on Wednesday out ahead of that storm, and then we'll have the showers, and then the system will start to pull away going into Thursday afternoon. Friday, partly cloudy, 54. We have high school football semifinals across the entire state Friday evening. Not just locally here, but across the state. That's where these games will be taking place. And right now, the early outlook calls for another quiet night across all of Wisconsin. These are early evening temperatures in the 40s. We'll be cooling down a little bit more so than these numbers you see by the fourth quarter of those games. But high school football, if your team has made it this far, we will have another really quiet night of playoff football across the state of Wisconsin. We've been very, very lucky for most of the season as far as active weather goes on high school football nights, and that's a blessing. We'll see what happens next week at the state level, but this Friday, at this point, looks pretty good. Clouds increase Saturday, 52, and then we'll have a chance for a few showers in the region next Sunday, 55. There could also be a few showers down towards Chicago, the Packers taking on the Bears next Sunday, but that's still a little bit iffy. There could be a little bit of wet weather moving through the region. Time will tell on that. So that's where we are headed here as we go throughout the next week. Always we're checking things out here, but as far as things go in the near term, we're just going to be watching out for this cold front to be pushing on through. And just to let you know, I want to give you that first alert that you will hear the wind tomorrow, and you will feel it if you will be out and about. We're going to have some of these wind gusts that could be 30 to 40 plus miles per hour. And for any Veterans Day activity, it could be rather blustery, and it will be blustery here all day long on Monday. So that's what we're looking at here as we check out the next 7 days. Hopefully you've had a great weekend, and we'll let you get back to your normal Sunday routine as we wrap this up. And stay tuned for the full forecast tonight and the latest news and sports, of course, on WBAY TV2 at 10 o'clock. Have a great night.